Inside MLFB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with their over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And make sure to check our relaunched merch store where you can get all your favorite SGPN gear. Just go to store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. And joining us today on Inside MLFB is Ohio Force quarterback, the first player we had announced, quarterback Connor Kaegi. Connor, welcome. How's it feel to be a professional football player again, Connor?
Oh, it feels great. Thanks for having me, Adam. Feels great to have another opportunity.
I mean, and another opportunity because fans of spring football, developmental football might recognize your name from the Spring League in 2021. How did you, but maybe not as many people are going to know about that. What's your journey been like? How have you ended up here in Major League Football? Where did the Connor Kaegi origin story start?
It really kind of broke out my junior year of college when I attended Ottawa University in Kansas. And had a good season my junior year, and then kind of going into fall campus senior year, a couple NFL teams had come out to our practices to talk to me, interview me, and measure me and whatnot. And then from there was kind of the realization of, okay, maybe I've got what it takes to possibly play at the next level. And then after having a good senior season, I decided to graduate a little early. I also played basketball in college, so I had to forego that my senior year to train for my pro day, and moved to Jacksonville, Florida to train for my pro day. Trained for about 4 months straight, and flew out to Kansas, getting ready for the pro day at Pitt State. And the day before the pro day happened, it got canceled. And so then from there, it was kind of like, well, what do we do now? So then that's kind of how I got into the Spring League, was a good opportunity with that to, continue to get more exposure and more experience. And then once, Major League was announced, and I knew a couple of the coaches, and got the other coaches' phone numbers and just contacted them, and was able to get the opportunity to play for Coach Conley, and couldn't be more excited. So,
no, I mean, that's awesome. That's one hell of a story from NAIA, Ottawa, Kansas. I think anyone who first sees it wonders, wait, he played in Canada college football? Because I don't think many people know there's an Ottawa, Kansas. And I think you're underselling a little bit, Connor. I mean, in 2 years, 51 total touchdowns at Ottawa. Those are some borderline video game numbers, not mentioning 11 touchdowns on the ground. Like, you can get it done with your legs. You can do it. You're a modern NFL quarterback. You are built for the modern NFL game. I think you're selling yourself a little bit short with some good luck there. I mean, I'm just talking about the stats, and, you and I have talked about, the tape, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but, NFL player right here, forget basketball players playing tight end. We want our basketball players playing quarterback. So you played last year in the Spring League. What was that like, playing in what is a non-traditional football environment with the hub and, a less than known entity? What was all of that like?
It was different, but it was a really good opportunity. Opportunity for many different things of, obviously playing, get the chance to hit the field. But to also play on national television. Yeah, there was, no fans in the stands at where I was in Houston. But it was, you knew you were on national television. The big old cameras followed you everywhere. And so it was a little bit, of a preparedness aspect to that, to get you prepared for, big time football. All four teams staying in the same hotel was a little odd. You'd see people you play against, passing through the hotel. But again, I mean, it was just a great experience. The offense I ran was kind of like a pro style NFL type of offense, which, I'd truly never really done before. College is all nowadays just spread them out and throw the ball around. A lot of West Coast and, air raid and RPO offenses. And so to get under center and kind of have really NFL lingo and, schemes and everything like that, it was really cool. And, I got to start 3 games and played in a couple other games, but really good to, get out against good competition and see where I, kind of stand. And, I can play with some of the best. So.
And people are going to remember, if they saw anything from the spring league, the highlight they probably saw is a Connor Kaegi highlight and that Hail Mary attempt. And I think it was your first full game as a starter, wasn't it? Or was it your second full game as a starter as a professional? And you have to go out and lead this amazing drive to go down and take your team down and win the game. I mean, what are you talking to your guys about? Take us inside your mind, because it was like a 4-play drive that culminated in that Hail Mary. What's going on the sidelines? What are you talking about with your guys? And how are you as the quarterback and the leader keeping your guys up and saying, I got this?
Yeah. It's pretty tough. You start on your own. I think it was 20-yard line, maybe the 25. I think it was the 20. And I think we had, no timeouts left? We had no timeouts because we just used them on defense. And I think there's about 25, 26 seconds left, something like that. So, I mean, you're talking, if you have that ESPN app, it gives you the percentage of chance to win, right? And we were probably no more than 1%. Like, there's just no way. Yeah. And, taking the field, it was just like, hey, we have nothing to lose here, right? Like, we got to lay it all out there for 20-something seconds and just go for it, right? And so I'm just keeping them, keeping their spirits up and everything, and just saying, hey, let's go out there and see what we can do. Maybe it's possible. Like, I believe it. We all believed it. In that game, not many people knew our offensive coordinator actually got hospitalized like that morning.
Oh, God.
So and he was our play caller. So we had a brand new play caller for that game that morning. And we schemed everything, most of our game plan for 2 tight end set. Well, one of our tight ends tore his Achilles in the first drive of the game. So it was almost like a double whammy to us. So it was really struggling offensively that game. But, it was at that point, it was just, hey, we got nothing to lose. Let's go out there, toss the ball around a couple times, see what happens. First play, I throw a deep curl to Davion on the sideline, and he ends up, catches about 10, 12 yards and ends up, getting down the sideline for another 12 yards. And then the very next play, we run a smash concept. They kind of covered it lazily, and I was able to fit it into the window to Lucky Jackson, and another 20 yards.
That was before we get to the Hail Mary, I'm watching film, and I was watching it with former D1 quarterback, and we're sitting there, we're watching that, and he loved the throw you made on the curl. And then I'd watched the film before, and I said, yeah, but you're going to love even more what he does on the next play, because it's a similar play concept, similar zone, and the guy was open the play before in the exact same spot, and you knew he'd be there, and you could tell that was where you were going with the ball, and just that level of decisiveness and pro-level thinking was just, he saw that throw, and he said, wow, this guy gets it. He can do this. So sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
That was my favorite sequence from that, because once you know it's going to happen, you see like a similar play call on back-to-back, and you see that one set up the other perfectly, and you executed it.
Yeah. And then I think the next play was an incompletion. At that point, I think we had 2 seconds left, and we just get in the huddle, and I was like, all right, guys, this is it. Let's go for it. And really, we had practiced the Hail Mary probably. I think we had done it like twice a week before every game. So we had a couple, probably 5 or 6 at that point, tries at Hail Mary just in practice, and kind of where we would line guys up. And it was funny. The play clock was running down, and I was like, oh, shoot, like, get out there, Hail Mary, called the protection, and then they reset the play clock. And right before I noticed they did that, though, I was in my cadence, and I didn't want to get a false start, but I'd noticed our alignment was backwards. Like we had 2 on the left when we were supposed to have 3, and the other way around, 2 on the right, and so I was just like, whatever, let's just go for it. So they actually, Hakeem, my tight end, had noticed it, and so he got over to the left side anyway, and so it ended up working out, and I just dropped back, bought enough time, and we had Davion in the right position to basically bat it back to either Hakeem or Lucky, and Lucky was right there for a lucky catch, caught in the end zone, scored, and we won the game against the team, who went to the championship game a few weeks later. But it was really, really cool experience. I mean, something you dream about as a kid, last second touchdown. I had done it once in college on the road, but this one was pretty freaking cool too, being a Hail Mary and everything, and at the professional level. So.
Make sure to get down on the Wynn's Bet 50, Win $200 promotion, where a $50 bet qualifies you for up to $200 in free bets. If you're bet $500, if you're betting baseball, you have to check out WynnBet for the reduced juice in baseball games, makes them the best place to bet MLB. Bet $500 on sports or casino before July 31st, 2022. Get entered to win the ultimate fantasy football draft experience at Encore Beach Club, including a 2-night stay at Wynn Resorts for you and your entire league. Multiple entries allowed. There's so much to choose from, and all you have to do is download the WynnBet app or visit wynnbet.com to get started. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Now on to Sleeper. Sleeper is the fastest growing fantasy platform today with millions of players. You probably already have a fantasy league on there. I use it for mine, all of them. It's a game-changing product unlike anything else in the industry. And now you can make money on Sleeper too by playing their new over-under game. It's super simple. First, in any sport, choose 2 or more players that you like and pick the over-under. For example, number of points in basketball or hits in baseball. And then choose the amount of money you want to enter in the contest. If you pick correctly, you can win anywhere from 2x to over 20 times the money you put in. The main reason I'm excited about Over Under on Sleeper is that it's the only app where I can join my buddies' contests and play together. There's a built-in group chat where I can see and copy my friends' picks with the tap of a button. It's insanely fun to ride it out together. Stop what you're doing and download Sleeper now to play their new over-under game. Have fun with your friends and make some money. On your mobile phone, be sure to join our listener group on Sleeper at sleeper.com/SGP, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's right. Join our squad and get the 100% deposit match at sleeper.com/SGP. I mean, and just talking about that, going from college to the pros, the spring football is important with that developmental aspect. It allows you to get better. And we've talked a little bit about it, how we noticed something on your tape where you had a little hop at the end of your drop back in college. And then we're watching the spring league and arena tape and it's gone. How big is it as a quarterback to have, or just as a football player, to have an opportunity to get maybe a higher level of coaching that you didn't have access to because you just, whatever college you ended up at?
All right. It is monumental. I mean, if I had known Denny Thompson, my quarterback trainer right now, if I had known him back when I was 15 or 16 and had access to, private training with him, I would have been at a program you've heard of. I would have been at probably probably a Power 5 school. And, I just didn't have access to that, or, being in Oregon, it wasn't really, as big as Jacksonville, Florida is.
Right.
And so the strides I've made from college to now, so a little over 2 years, I think has been bigger than the strides I made in my first 20 something years of life. I mean,
Yeah.
it is crazy to think how far I've come in just these 2 years from college. And, I've put on my playing weight in college was about 215 to 220. And right now I'm sitting at 245. So you talk about just that alone is a big difference. And then obviously my arm's gotten stronger. I've gotten more accurate. My footwork's gotten better. My drops have gotten better. Obviously gotten smarter. So yeah, it has made a huge difference.
If your arm's gotten stronger, I'm a little worried for your receivers' fingers, and I hope you got them some reinforced gloves because you had a cannon to start. And if your arm's gotten stronger, those guys are going to need everything to hold on to it. So, um, you mentioned, how much conversation have you had with your coaches in the lead up to everything getting started? I know you're busy training; they're busy trying to get players in a system together. Have you had a chance to talk about what schemes you want to run? Maybe, just kind of start talking and having some ideas about what you're going to need to be successful.
Yeah, I've gotten the chance to talk to Coach Conley, our offense coordinator, and quarterback coach as well, and a couple times each. And it sounds like we're gonna kind of be doing something similar I did in the spring league offensively. So that'll play to my advantage. Being able to sit in the pocket, see over the middle, see over the offensive line, obviously, and just be able to manipulate the defense and also kind of manage the game. I see
Mhm.
myself as a game manager, and maybe not some all-star athlete that's gonna get 100 yards rushing every game and 300 yards throwing and put up these video game numbers. And I did a little bit of that in college, but it's a different time now, and
It is.
it's a different competition as well. So
But
um,
you're capable of doing that. Like you played basketball, you're an athlete. You're a guy who when that play breaks down, you're going to have that ability to get out in space and make plays. And I'm sure your coaches find that very reassuring because you're going to be able to get away from stuff that other guys might not be able to. And I don't know how many people know this, but Connor is 6'7". Connor is correct 6'7" listed, or he's 6'6",
yes, sir.
6'7"
I think
listed.
so.
So Connor is 6'7", so he is a big physical guy who's hard to bring down. And if you watch some of his film, he just sheds some guys in the pocket on some pressures, and it's really impressive.
Yeah, I
Um,
like to say I can make people miss behind the line of scrimmage. Once I pass the line of scrimmage and I'm in open field, I'm pretty much the easiest open field tackle ever. But behind the line of scrimmage, I've got a little bit of tricks in my bag, I guess.
there we go. So we talked a little about your footwork, about your arm strength. Is there anything you really want to work on developing in Major League Football during this short developmental season this summer?
Yeah, I would say my decision making. I think I have done well in the past with my decision making. I think my touchdown to interception ratio through college, through the spring league in that short time was good, but not where I want it to be. Um, I would also take away the touchdown as an interception, but just play to play decision making, whether that's making checks at the line or just simply finding a better check down when I need to finding a more open guy than a kind of open guy, maybe. So I would really like to see my decision making improve throughout the season, and then just have that experience of being a starting quarterback of a professional league team again, and giving myself 4, possibly 5 games, and see what I can do with it. So
Awesome. So some of the coaches have coached against you in the spring league, and one in particular, Coach Ernest Wilson, coached against you as the defensive backs coach of the linemen. Are you worried he's going to know some stuff about you and tell his guys how to, contain you if you can be contained?
No, I'm not too worried. I mean, it's I have different coaches as well, and different guys on the team, and there's going to be different variables moving around. So I don't worry about that too much. I don't overthink things. I kind of just go into a game plan of have an idea of what they're going to do. Obviously, they're going to make adjustments defensively towards our team or me personally, whatever it may be. And so I just kind of I know essentially what they're probably going to do, and then really just focus on our stuff. I
Mhm.
think focusing on that, and putting that kind of in up front, um, is more important, and I think will lead to more success. So
Awesome. So you're going to be playing quarterback at the Ohio Force in Canton, Ohio, the Mecca, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What's that like that you're going to be calling plays? And if you look to your right, you're going to see the Hall of Fame where all the busts are enshrined. What's that? How do you feel about that?
um, it's really cool. I mean, to I couldn't have asked for a better place to be. Um, I've thought about it, and just I feel like some days I'm just like, oh yeah, cool, and then other days I'm like, holy cow, like this can't be real. Like there's no way that I'm really gonna be playing games in Canton, Ohio, where you're talking that is the place of the NFL. And so it's just going to be a really cool experience, and I'm going to try to soak it in as best I can, and definitely um, you know educate myself while I'm there, and learn more about the Pro Football Hall of Fame and everything. So I'm excited.
Have you ever been to the Hall of Fame before?
I've not. I've never. I've been to Cincinnati, Ohio, for a couple hours, but
Mhm.
that was about it. So I'm excited to get up
How
there.
many trips are you going to take to the Hall of Fame while you're in Canton, do you think?
I would say probably
Other
at
than the
least once.
stadium into the actual
Yeah,
facility,
at least once a week, probably.
at least once a week. Who's the bust in the Hall of Busts that you're gonna go just stand and see first? Who do you want to just try to make that connection with telepathically with that bust to just soak in the wisdom and just be in their presence?
Yeah. Um, I've always idolized Peyton Manning growing up, and so I probably will take in all the quarterbacks, truthfully. Um, so I haven't really thought of anyone in particular, but um, I hope to see and learn a lot more, as I've said. So
We've relaunched the SGPN merch store and have tons of awesome gear from your favorite SGPN shows. Just go to store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. That's store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Don't worry, inside MLFB shirts are coming soon. Now, listen, we've all had a time we've been a little short of cash. Needed a little bit to hold us over payday, needed to have that gift, those flowers, that dinner for your special someone, needed a little bit of help just to cover it. That's where Dave can help. If you're living paycheck to paycheck or struggling to make ends meet, it can be stressful when unexpected expenses come up. Now, Dave can help to get you out of a pinch when you need it. Hindsight's 2020 and you can't change the past, but what if you could get a little help from your future self? Maybe you'd ask to borrow a little cash. Now you can with Dave. Dave is the banking app that can help you get up to $500 instant with the extra cash. That's more money to fill your tank, buy a gift, or catch up on bills. You can finally tackle those expenses that have been stressing you out without any hangups. There's no interest and no credit check needed. Millions of people have already added the Dave app to get the financial relief they need with extra cash. So if you're in a pinch and need some extra help, download Dave and think of it as a helping hand from future you. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve, member FDIC. Did you know that browsing online using incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? That's right. Without added security, you might as well give away all your private data to hackers, advertisers, your ISP, and other prying eyes. That's why I use IPVanish VPN to make it easy to stay truly private and secure on the internet. IPVanish helps you safely browse the internet by encrypting 100% of your data. This means that your private details, passwords, communications, browsing history, and more will be completely shielded from falling into the wrong hands. Even your physical location will be hidden. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. It's that simple. You can use IPVanish on unlimited devices without sacrificing on speed. Your computers, tablets, phones, even devices like your Fire Stick when you're streaming media. Whether I'm at home or in public, I don't go online without using IPVanish. IPVanish is offering incredible 70% off their yearly plan for our listeners with a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's just like getting 9 months for free. IP Vanish is super easy to use. All you have to do is tap one button and you're instantly protected. You won't even know it's on. Stop sharing with the world everything you stream, everything you search for, and everything you buy. Take your privacy back today with the brand rated 4.6 out of 5 on Trustpilot. So go to ipvanish.com/SGP and use promotional code SGP and claim your 70% savings. That's ipvanish.com/SGP. So you played in Kansas. You're from Oregon originally, right? You grew up there, played high school ball up there. How's your family feel? Are they going to try to get to see any of your games? Because this is going to be the first time as a pro that they're really able to see you play, correct?
Yeah. So, yeah, they're gonna make it out to some games. They've already looked at flying out there possibly. We've got family in Arkansas, actually, some in Little Rock, Arkansas, where the Arkansas team is. And so, looking on the schedule, we play there the last game of the season, and so I'll have quite a few family members there at that game. So that'll be really fun. So yeah, they're excited to make it out, and I think my mom definitely wants to make every game. And so we'll see what happens.
How's that going to feel to be able to play professional football in front of family? Like, what is that experience? What do you think that experience is going to be like for you? Because you haven't had it yet, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to feel like a dream. I know that. My family in Arkansas, speak of them, have only been able to see me play football one time in person. In college, they each made a game in college, and but professional is a whole new level. You're talking a lot bigger stakes, so it's going to feel really good, and I'm just going to soak it in and be able to see them after the game, love them, take pictures with them, and just really take in that experience and probably enjoy that forever.
Awesome. So we've talked about so much, and just why are leagues like Major League Football important? Why is Major League Football, spring developmental football, why is this so important to the game as a whole?
Yeah. It's important because, you find guys like me, like other guys that have been in the spring league that have thrived in the USFL, speak of spring football, and, they move on to get chances in the NFL. And it's really just to give opportunities to guys like us that really deserve it, that, maybe we are the graduating COVID class that, we didn't get our pro days. So we really, truly didn't get that chance that most people get. And, maybe we don't make it to, the 53-man active roster in the NFL, but at least we had, a rookie mini camp invite or some type of rookie workout with a team. So it's just, it's tough to look back on that. But when you come across leagues like this, like Major League Football, who's given a lot of guys a chance, is really, really cool and really special. And I'm really thankful for it. I mean, you're talking, there's probably going to be a couple guys in this league that, end up on NFL teams and at least have chances to make an NFL roster. So I'm just really excited and really thankful for this league.
Now, the big question, Major League Football publicly traded. Did you buy any stock in the league now that you're officially a player in the league? Are you allowed to? I don't even know. Do you know?
That I don't know. I know someone close to me has thought about it, and I don't know if they have pulled the trigger yet, but we'll see. I know it's someone close to me has talked about it, so I'll give you that.
There we go. What should everybody know about Connor Kaegi? What's the thing we should know about Connor Kaegi, the man, Connor Kaegi, the football player? What do you want everybody to know?
I mean, I'm just a fun, exciting guy. I'm a leader of a team. I like just having fun and soaking it all in and just really enjoying the experience. In the spring league, they mic'd us up pretty much every game, and you could hear me in the huddle, encouraging our guys pretty much every single play. I think some guys have, I think in arena have got on me a couple times for just talking too much in the huddle, but I enjoy it. If I have time on the play clock, I'm going to say one thing. If I can say one thing, I'm going to say it, but I just like to go out there and have fun And this is my childhood dream. It's something I've been working towards since I was a little kid. And so I just want everybody to know that, you know, I I'm enjoying it. I've worked so hard every single day really of my life. I served a 2-year mission for my church after high school. That's why I'm a little bit older. I was in the 2020 graduating class, and I'm 27, about to be 28 years old, because I served this 2-year mission. And every day on my mission is work. It's really really hard. A lot of people don't know what goes into it, but I'd wake up at 5:15 in the morning every single day, just to be able to get a workout in my little apartment every single day. We weren't allowed to go to public gyms, and so whatever dumbbells or light weights we had in our apartment was all we could use. And for 2 years straight, I woke up at 5:15 and did what I could to stay in shape to get a chance to play college football. And from there, I worked myself to get a chance to play pro football. And now I've worked so hard, get my pro day canceled, and these other opportunities are coming up, and I'm still working hard just to get the chance. So to have this chance, I am extremely grateful. I'm happy. And I just want everyone to know that, I've worked so hard, and I'm just enjoying it.
What's the one thing you want an NFL team to know? They're going to see your tape, they're going to see your film, and they're going to do all the research on you, and they're going to come across this interview that you did right before the season started. What's the thing you want them to know about you? Outside of that, you were dedicated enough to work out on a makeshift gym at 5:15 every morning to keep your dream alive, which should speak, I can't even come up with the words, but that should just speak volumes about the kind of athlete, the kind of man you are.
Yeah. Outside of my size, that's what a lot of people will point out first is, all right, he's 6'7", 245, you got a big arm. Outside of that, I am a smart player. I'm a guy who's dedicated. I'm a guy who's going to give you every bit of energy, of effort that I have. I'm going to be able to come in and compete and, make guys around me better. I feel like that's the type of player I am, not only in football, but in basketball as well. In sports in general, I'm a type of guy that's going to make people around me better. When I go play basketball, I dish the ball around, I'll get rebounds, I'll have, possibly an open layup, I'll give it to an open three. It's just me. I like giving the ball up, and so I guess that's why I play quarterback. I enjoy tossing the ball around, giving other people chances. But I'm just the type of guy that's going to come in, work hard, keep my head down, stay positive, encourage my guys all the time, and just be able to compete.
Awesome. Well, Connor, appreciate it. I know I'm super excited to watch you play. I've been excited to watch you play in this league since the second we found out you were going to be on the Force. Talking to you now, I just want to cheer for you so much. And when they start selling the Ohio Force jerseys, I want to get my Kaegi number. What number are you going to be? Last thing, what number are you going to be this year? You picked that out yet?
Yeah, 10, hopefully.
Number 10. All right. I need my Kaegi 10 jersey for the Force to hang up in the office here. So, Connor, thank you so much for your time. Anything you want to plug before you get out of here?
No, I just really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm excited.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Connor Kaegi, the Ohio Force. Going to be coming at you. MLFB kicks off August 9th.
Nova Production.